So nice to
Susheela.
see you.
Great
So
to
nice
see you. Great to see you.
What a day. And
Yeah,
I've never been here before.
absolutely.
So this is my first time.
Yeah, I would love to hear more about you. And I understand you grew up in Malaysia.
Yes.
You studied in Singapore.
Yes.
And you spent some 20 years in the UK.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and ended up in Hong Kong.
Yes.
What do you love about Hong Kong?
What a wonderful question. I'm going to start by saying I love Hong Kong because it is first and foremost a beautiful city. It's a beautiful, vibrant city. Hong Kong has always been my home. And I asked you yourself, what are the things you love most? And perhaps you tell me and I'll add to it.
Well, what I like most about Hong Kong is definitely the agility,
Yes.
the vibrant environment,
Yes.
the diversity,
Yes.
and also the connectivity,
Perfect.
the ease of traveling across different Asian countries.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to add to that in that I have never been in a place where there has been a hodgepodge, a mix of so many different people, all completely accepting, and it's a very non-judgmental place. And I've also never been to somewhere where it's 20 minutes to the beach and 20 minutes to the mountains and 20 minutes to an airport. And I will say this, for my children, it's a very safe city. It's a wonderful place to bring children up. For my career, it's been phenomenal. And for me personally, it is my roots. It is where I've started and it's my sense of identity. And to many Hong Kongers, I challenge them to go on that journey. The one thing that I will add, Winnie, if I may, is its proximity to China makes it actually a place nobody can beat in terms of future growth, the current growth, and its potential, which is not completely realized at all.
What is it like for women in the professional legal services sector?
I think ultimately we have to deal with the fact that women carry a lot of the family burdens, a lot more than men. And although that is a choice that women make, and that's an absolutely fantastic ability to have that choice, when we talk about equal opportunity, I'd like there to be equal opportunity for men to make choices as well, to do the family and to do the sabbaticals. And that's when the equality can come in. And if I may, Winnie, I want to talk about rugby. And as we are coming close to Rugby Sevens, it's going to be a very topical subject. So I have 4 children, and my bottom 2 play rugby for the women's team in Hong Kong. And these are the role models we need to showcase. And it is both in academia as well as sports and in all walks of life. And I think specifically, Hong Kong is very good at making that balance.
Any wrap-up comments about equal opportunity in Hong Kong?
If I can summarize with 3 points, I would say I've noticed that women are much more confident in their own skin, and I see women supporting women, and that's really powerful. And as a woman who's enjoying that and having the ability to influence that. The second thing I would say in relation to equal opportunities is, we use language like supporting women and mentoring them, and I like all of that, but actually it's not support that women need. Actually, both men and women in business need support, but it's not specifically for women. And I'm going to say, just really don't just talk the talk. To businesses, I say, follow through, walk the walk.
ESG has become an important area in all different industries. And your practice specializes in real estate, where ESG plays a very crucial part. Which aspects of the ESG are you most interested in?
So ESG is really important, and the E for environment, the S for social, the G for governance. I like to remember things in 3s, how we live, how we do our everyday things, how we contribute. It could be the lights we use, it could be the way we treat our rubbish, and it's every day, because every day makes a difference. The I is very specific also to real estate, is how we invest in real estate. And you can see that change already happening. Investors are driving that change, requiring managers of real estate. And the governance also fits in with my D, which is the end of lid, which is the drive to change. So we all are responsible to drive change, and the governments can with governance, the right governance, incentives. And Hong Kong is committed to a sort of a climate plan. So I'm committed to ESG.
Yeah, at our financial services sector, we have a cross-agency steering committee providing guidelines and support and direction on ESG.
Right.
What have the real estate industry been doing? And as a strong advocate in sustainability, what is your recommendations for Hong Kong to make a real impact on ESG?
If I look at what the government's done, they've created a new office for climate change and net zero carbon to push that agenda. So that's a really positive step. And also in relation to the climate plans for 2050. So there's a definite date where certain measures and metrics will have to be met. So that's very positive. If I look at the public and private partnership and things they've done with West Kowloon District, Shuen Kwan O, Sha Tin, and also the Kai Tak Airport Sports Park, there are a few examples of projects that can really show Hong Kong's commitment to ESG and to giving back to the community. So I really like that.
As a legal professional, what are some of the most significant trends that has evolved over the years in Hong Kong? If I were a law student, what advice you would give me in terms of my career prospect here?
All right, I'll start with how law has changed over the years in Hong Kong. So I've had the privilege of working in London for the first 15 years of my career. And coming to Hong Kong 15 years ago, I realized what I stood for had a fantastic platform to influence and inspire. Until today, that's been one of the things that keeps me going, being able to influence and inspire young people. But what has changed for Hong Kong in the legal industry is the fact that Hong Kong has had some challenges. And what the challenges has meant for the legal industry is that it's had to stay steadfast to its purpose. And why I chose to be a lawyer in the first place is I want to be a fiduciary. I want to use my voice to influence what I believe.
What is your assessment of the impact of COVID on Hong Kong? And what are some of the key changes that you have observed?
COVID is a very sensitive issue, and certainly for Hong Kong, it's been, I'm sure, difficult for us. The only thing I would say is the full picture hasn't unfolded. I'm all for looking after our people. I'm all for doing everything we can for the longevity of Hong Kong. At the same time, I think we should also look and see where COVID is going. The time has come for Hong Kong to find its own identity. We hear about people leaving, but I'm very focused on the people who are staying. And also, we in a leadership position, we need to actually share our knowledge in terms of how we assess the situation.
What are the 3 words that you will use to describe Hong Kong as an international financial center?
Oh, thank you. You picked 3, which is, I like my numbers in 3. But before I answer, Winnie, I'm going to ask you for your 3, and then I'll close off with my 3.
Okay, if I have to pick 3 words to describe Hong Kong as an IFC, probably I will pick agility, diversity, and safety.
Oh, I like all 3. Okay. I will challenge myself and do the 3 C's for Hong Kong. The first one, which is a feeling I had from the moment I came, it's very can-do. The second one is a bit of a cheat, but you can never underestimate Hong Kong. You can never do that. Hong Kong always surprises. And the third one, Winnie, is I choose Hong Kong every single time.